Hello, it's episode 43. I was a fool to think that this was going to end around 40. Let's carry on.
This man would be Lillian's son, Lilianovich. The custom was overturned after the revolutions failed, but not before making it to Revachol.
He thinks this detail bolsters your straggler theory.
It is what a soldier of the ICM would be called.
Okay, Trant. Thank you. I get it. Harry, no more giant insects. You said you have a motive?
This narrow-minded pig. I can't fucking...
Bring him to heel. Get the kid in line. You could use his help here.
Alright, yeah. Kuno's in it.
Jealousy? He's what, 80, 90? Didn't you say he's been in hiding since the revolution?
Yeah, suit. Check this shit out. The Merc was banging some chick he wanted to bang, so we shot him. Chick's called Klaasje.
Klaasje, as in the suspect he let escape from Kitsuragi's report.
Fucking snitch beano clad. Yeah, that chick. Get over it, pig. She didn't do it. It was Grandpa on the island. Merc was fucking her, and he couldn't hack it. Kuno can hack it. Yeah, politics shit. My pig also connected, like, the weapon to him.
Slam the weapon, man. The murder weapon.
Okay, and he'll confess to the prosecution too?
A detective and a civilian. Jean, and the gun. He has it.
Okay, we'll see about it when we get Coast Guard on the island.
This left a mark. They can't deny it, son. You got the bastard. There. No one is saying anything. The silence agrees. This is good. They can't deny it.
Yes. Fallen through a gap in a boardwalk. Drunk.
The body was transported to Precinct 41, our morgue. I had Tilbrook and Mullins take care of funeral arrangements and family stuff.
You're not the only cop in the world, Harry. This all comes back to us.
Still, good work with the missing person, detective.
It's still a point for you. No denying it.
Yeah, you really fucked the Kuno on that. But that's old shit. Kuno's now. Pig's just being a good pig. That's cool to Kuno.
Great, thanks. You snorted the drugs, I know you did. Fuck it. It's alright. I'm in, honestly. Anything but the drink.
I didn't, though.
What was that? It sounded like you set up a nightclub in the church. That's great. Anthroponaut is a great new career for you. After police officer. I don't care. Go live in the fucking Pale.
Get off the church shit. It's making you sound crazy.
I don't know what a Doom commercial area is. Why? That's not what you were supposed to do here.
This pig helps people, okay? He's a fucking handy helper. He does that shit. He finds insects and solves side shit. It's his style. Side style.
Jean, it is his style.
It's definitely your style to solve side shit.
You're right. It is a small thing. Does anyone care about a jacket? No one? See? No one cares. No. Sure, you get the case together. You can do police work. In bouts. That's not a surprise to me. Even the insect. I don't care. But you're an alcoholic. And you've been drinking. Again. I won't let my life unravel because of this.
Jean, I think he hasn't. I can see it on his face.
The bloating has gone down since you woke up that morning.
Okay. So he stayed here for what? A week?
It's tough. One of the toughest addictions to overcome. Comparable only to heavy synthetic opiates. Even morphine is easier to kick than alcohol, statistically. The odds are against him, especially at his age.
He's too old. He's been like this for too long. I've seen him try many times. It's a farce by now.
They're leaving. They're all turning away from you. For the Revachol Citizens Militia. A blue forget-me-not in the grey sky. Think. You can detect. In Jamrock, Boogie Street, Couron, Leroyam, Underground, Coal City, on the 881. It will all be yours to sift through when the last snow has melted.
Listen to this shit, man!
Detective, I just don't want this trial to go on any longer. It's cold outside and let's just go.
Fucking Harry, fuck you for bringing this kid with you. It's only because he's defending you. It's the only reason you're not staying here to die.
It's more than that. He just can't. One final time.
You manipulative son of a bitch. It is cold, and we have vehicles in the square. The perp needs to be taken into custody. Let's get a move on.
Now you will finally get to know who you are. The man looks westward, impatiently, jingling his car keys in his pocket.
Let's try and not look crazy.
Fuck do you think? Gonna rock that law enforcement shit with you guys? Detective Kuno? Like you promised?
Like you promised? No, he's not. What is he, 10, 11?
Kuno's fucking 19?
You have to be 15 for the junior officer program. You're not even that.
Hey, you don't get it? Kuno's got pig all over him. Kuno smells of bacon grease. Been seen with you, fucking informant shit. You think no one sees this? They're gonna hang me by the nuts if you leave me here. You want that on you? A dead kid? Or you want Kuno at your station solving shit? Like we just did?
His hands are shaking and his face is white. It's not the locals he's worried about, but an 11-year-old girl.
I don't care. He can't be a cop. He's just a kid. A kid who says every 4 seconds.
I won't say
That's
it.
true.
I won't say it anymore.
His teeth are clenched and his throat moves in a gulping motion.
Maybe you can take the kid with you. Enroll him a year earlier and say he's 14. If he...
I promise I won't say it. I won't say any of it anymore.
Detective Kuno Dodoita.
Oh, for God's sake. Yes, we'll do it.
Another sigh of surrender.
Us? We're the bloody murder station, haven't you heard? We're the bad guys. No one likes us.
What? Bitches dream of the 41st? Why do you think Kuno's in this shit? Weird is, it's fucking violent. Your Captain Price dusted like 1,000 people.
Thank you, Kuno. You're being kind. It's an understaffed station and the district is too big, which is why we need to...
Get back to it. We left Torson and McLean to run the Sea Wing. It's not good.
So he remembers that. Yes, there may have been a raid on some churches. It wasn't good press.
Shooting up churches never is. I was out of town, to be clear.
Our enemies were hiding in a church, to the best of our information. That's it. I'm not talking about this anymore. Your security clearance is shit tier right now. You have to wait for it to go up.
He means it. The RCM and its enemies will not be discussed on this coast. Your clearance will not go up while you're within earshot of the Union headquarters.
Okay. It's not the bloody murder station. It's an old converted silk mill with green desk lamps and a coffee corner. A lot of good people work there. Hard. Every day.
Jamrock is the largest ghetto in Rivershoal. Faubourg, technically, but it's divided into 11 districts. Jamrock only has us.
Kuno's liking this shit. Jamrock is the real shit. Mayonnaise is fucking white as balls. See shit? This ain't a real ghetto.
Thank you, Kuno. You bring light to my day. No.
Talks concluded? Good.
Fuck it, let's go. Tron brought his motor carriage. It's a 20-minute drive to Jamrock.
Under the afternoon sky, the great district hums. A chessboard of wooden houses, 80,000 living souls, and chimney stacks. Fire traps as far as the eye can see. From Main Street to Precinct 41, to Boogie Street, forking into the snow-swept horizon. You close your eyes and hear the dogs bark. A lone woman sits by a factory window, dreaming of meteorite strikes. On Rue de Saint-Jérôme, a square bullet slides into a square-shaped chamber. In Old South, a man without eyelids smiles. Spring has come. It's time. Dawson? Yes. McLean? Yes. Heidelstein? No. Vicmere? Yes. Dubois? Of course. Really? Nix Gottlieb looks up from the list. I hear he's unstable. You say that like it's a bad thing. Captain Ptolemy Price gestures with a ballpoint pen. It's dim in the office, and the curtains are drawn. Harry's our man. He'll pull through. When he does, he'll side with the RCM. Understood. Gottlieb returns to the list. Minot? Of course.
Wonderful. Then can we please just go back to Jamrock now?
The end. How did they even drive that there? Okay, so here's the thing. In creative writing, everything has to be connected to the reader. And so, in a game, you would also say that maybe everything has to be connected to the player in some way. The problem with this game is, and the vast majority of it is very good and very well written, but the killer is not connected to the story at all. He's just tacked on at the end. It's like they started off with Karash, or Karanch, I forget how to pronounce her name. They started off with the idea that she would be the killer, and it's often a little trope to introduce you to the killer right at the start, and then you only realise later that the person you met right at the beginning is the killer. It's like they started off with the idea that she would be the killer, and Titus is like the distraction, if you will. He's like the bait for people who haven't thought about it too hard. And then they decided, actually, it doesn't fully make sense for her to be the killer, so let's make the killer somebody else. And so there was Ruby. And Ruby sort of felt like she fit rather neatly. But she wasn't really established as much of a character. But anyway, she was connected to the story in various places, But it would have been nice for her to appear at the beginning somewhere, be someone that you interact with who then goes missing. Because that would more, like, someone that you talk to and get to know, that would connect her more to the player. The player needs to be connected to all the elements. Because if you don't care, then you don't care, right? Like, that's a philosophical thing to say. But it's like, if someone dies and you don't know them, it's very hard to feel sad about them, right? Beyond just acknowledging that someone died. But, you know, if someone you know incredibly well, like, say, a sister or a brother, or like a family member or something dies, then it hurts, right? And that's because you have the connection. And stories and writing have to be the same. There has to be a connection in the design, but to the player. Now, I'm not like the hugely most qualified person on writing ever. I've like an A GCSE in it, and I did some, you know, understanding of the concepts in my game design degree. But the point is that everything needs to be connected to a player. That's obvious. Because you need to get the player to care. It's like sometimes games give away who's going to die because they give you loads and loads of exposition about particular characters while largely ignoring other characters. And they do that because they know that other characters will have time to be developed later, and characters that are about to die need to be developed now because they're going to die and there's no time to develop them after. So if the death is going to be shocking or feel connected to the player, then they have to be connected to the player in the time that you have to connect them, which is at the beginning. So anyway, it feels like they had these ideas of who was going to be the killer, and then in the end they were just like, nope, it's just going to be the random guy on the island. And no matter how well they explain him in that end piece of the game, the fact that he was never connected to the player in any real way, and really, honestly, he wasn't really connected to the story except that he tangentially fits into the universe that's been built, just makes the ending completely unsatisfying. It, you know, it just doesn't make for a fulfilling conclusion. And it also has a little bit of the artist wank, for want of a better way of putting it, that I mentioned in, I think it was episode 20, 21, 22, somewhere around there. I said that sometimes artists are like, oh, I don't want anybody to solve my beautiful art. It's above being solved by mere mortals. So they just make the ending incredibly random, just to say, nobody saw it coming. Yeah, nobody saw it coming, because it wasn't cohesively connected to the story in any way. And, more importantly, it wasn't connected to the player. Everything has to be connected to the player so the player can care about it. If that development doesn't happen with the player story interface, if that doesn't happen, then the end is going to be shit, because there's no connection, so there's no care. I hope I'm explaining this well, because this is very high-level game design and writing concepts here, and I often use these concepts in the back of my mind to solve things. Throughout this game, you've seen me very logically work through what the possibilities would be, and these concepts are the reason why I immediately dismissed Titus as being the killer, and his group, because narratively and connection to the player-wise, it doesn't make any sense. Like, the moment you talk to him, he's immediately antagonizing you, which doesn't make sense. It's too easy, it's too obvious, you know? So, I don't know, man. Setting aside the fact that this wasn't much of a game, it had almost no gameplay in it, and all the checks and stuff are just random, rather than, you know, being tied into any kind of use of intelligence or skill or gameplay mechanics or anything like that. And just, you know, it's disappointing because the story overall is very well written. There's obvious care that's gone into it. You know, the voice acting's really good and everything. And it's just like, it's failed such a basic foundation or cornerstone of both games and stories. They have to be connected to the player. They have to be connected to the reader. The important elements have all got to be built over time so that when you're halfway through the story or halfway through the game, all the things that you're supposed to care about, you already care about. And now you're taking all these things that you care about, the universe, the characters, the elements, you're taking all of those things that you care about into the conclusion. To just suddenly have a thing at the end that's like, actually, it was the fridge all along. Like, what? You know, and that's what that guy was. Yeah, he fit into the universe, but he wasn't in any way connected to the story or the player. He just felt like a cop-out. He just felt like they'd written themselves into the wall because they turned against their initial idea of the killer being, say, Ruby or Crash. And, you know, if Ruby had been developed more, along with the bit where, you know, you corner her, that, she could have made a great villain. You know, I thought that she might be, you know, that Ruby might be gay or something, and that was the connection, and that she was the jealous one peeping through the hole. That, all of that fit together and made sense. And if Ruby had appeared earlier, and you'd spent more time talking to her, that would have been like a perfect series of fits and connections that led to a satisfying ending. You know, that's something you could have picked apart at the end. But no, it's just like they just took, much like that island at the end is completely disconnected from the rest of the area you've spent all your time exploring and working in. The ending is also completely disconnected. And that's truly disappointing to me. Because, you know, it's to me it's a big fat failure. I know that this game is highly rated, and it does ooze quality in terms of its, you know, story and writing and so on. But actually, it just kind of fell on its face at the end here, in a way that, say, something like Planescape Torment didn't. That had an ending that made perfect sense when it all came together. It was just beautifully executed. So, you know, in a way, it's almost insulting to the people who are making comparisons to this and Planescape Torment, which is another game with a deep literary story that's, you know, really interesting and detailed and all the rest of it. This game is comparable to that game for the first 3/4 of it, but it doesn't come together at the end. The end is just completely broken, like a Lego wall made out of red bricks, and then you found out you haven't got enough red bricks, so you just built the last little corner with blue bricks. It's just so obviously disconnected and disappointing in a way that, say, Planescape Torment's ending wasn't. I'm not going to spoil that. For those of you who have never played that game, it's probably one of the best literary experiences on a PC. And you should definitely go and get it and play it. But it's an incredibly reedy game, so, you know, you have to know what you're letting yourself in for. And that game also has gameplay, it has combat and stuff, so it's, you know, it's quite rooted in being a game at the very least. Anyway, that's it for Disco Elysium. Feel free to agree or disagree with me in the comments. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in the next campaign.